this is Rachelle, and today I want to follow up on the marriage counseling video that I made a couple of weeks ago. And you know, it's 2 weeks in, and y'all know how I do, so I think I just hop on and add a little addendum on to that video. I got a lot of messages and questions about it, and some of them I thought were really pertinent and valuable things that I can make a full video on. So I made a little list of them, so that's what this video is going to be about. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. It will help me out in my little channel. What I want to talk about today, okay, these are the questions that I got, and I felt like, you know, I wrote some of them down. I felt like it's valuable information for somebody. First of all, before I even get into that, I want to let you know that I appreciate the reception from that last video. That's personal stuff that I'm talking about. You know, I'm not really getting into specifics or anything like that, but you know, we're talking about marriage, talking about personal experiences within that, right? So I know that's an unpopular type of idea of what marriage is. And so when I made it, I was really concerned that I was going to get some pushback. But I wanted to tell you guys, I wanted to just get it out there because I felt like that was my truth and it was true to me. And so I was ready for the pushback to try and give me none. So thank you. So now we can continue, okay? Because I feel like a lot more people than I thought have similar marriages, okay? So, all right, let's get into it. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about, the first thing someone asked me was, do I really think that people should be together forever? You know, should you really do that? And this is my question, this is my answer to that. Sometimes. Sometimes you should be together forever because it matches. You found the right one, they grow, you grow, they're supportive. You know, that is a beautiful, amazing thing if you can find that. If you can find that, even when you get married. I mean, the point of getting married is what? To be together forever, right? No one gets married just to leave. You know, in a few years, things get a little rickety, right? So what I'm trying to say is it takes a particular type of person, two people, to a particular type of people to really work on this thing and work on the marriage. So you have to find a person that's willing to do that work and that understands that marriage is something that you're going to work for the rest of your daggone life. Because that's what we did. Otherwise, why do we get married? See what I'm saying? So if you can find that within that person that you happen to fall in love with or love, why can't it work? You know, as long as you're on the same page. However, there are some instances within a marriage to where you do outgrow people. And it's not like sometimes, you know, sometimes they can grow with you a little bit, but sometimes they just cannot. You know, and that happens. It does happen, even if you wait and you work. But you know, it's just something that's just not going to happen, and you become so different that it's just like, oh my God, what is this? And both of y'all are miserable. When it comes to that point, you might have some questions to ask yourself. I mean, that's on you. I don't know, so what I'm trying to say is sometimes it's just not feasible. Okay? It's just not feasible. But like I said, as long as everyone's putting in work, you can't really measure how fast the action happens, but everyone's really diligently putting in the work because you're in it forever. So it might take a year, it might take 2 years, it might take 3 years, but they working on it, okay. But if that person doesn't even want to hear it, is not, you know, couldn't fix it even if they heard it, you know, it's just not receptive, it's super combative, and, you know, that's something else. So I don't know that that's something you want to continue on for so long. That's going to damage you, in my opinion. Another thing, this is a personal thing too. And it could be just me, the type of person that I am, just light bright. But I'm telling a ghost story. I don't know. Anyway, like I told you guys before, I'm a kind of a loner type. But then again, I'm not. Like sometimes I really like to talk. And, you know, it just depends. But mostly I'm a loner type, right? I don't really hang with nobody. And I don't really have a lot of friends. Really. It's just me. I have all I need anyway. It's been like that for a long time. But the point of that is to say that I do have people in and out of my life, okay? This is what I've known. And you could think of it as, okay, people use you and this, but I don't see that. I do see myself as someone who's put here to help people. I know that about myself. I know that I'm here to communicate. I know that I'm here to help people. I know that I'm here to make things better in whatever capacity that I can. I get what my purpose is, which is crazy, but I do. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is The people that have come in and out of my life, it's always been a situation where I'll meet them, we vibe and whatever, and problem. And they'll talk to me about the problem. And I'll walk them through the problem. I'll give them my help. I'll give them my support. Next thing you know, they're growing a little bit. The problem's resolved. Not saying all my advice is right, but maybe just a different perspective on things. They shift a little bit, try it again, they're off and running. And they're gone. Now, you would think that I would be upset or sad about that they use me. I knew what I was doing. I know what I'm doing. That happens all the time. Okay? All the time. Where you need some help. Not that you need help like that, but you know what I'm saying? Friend to friend, you need some assistance, some guidance in some areas. You get that lesson. You learn that lesson. You know what it is you need to do for your life. You give it a go and it works. Great. You grow, you build, you on to the next thing. Right? The next level of the game. Right? And so it can be like that in marriage too. Okay? It can be just like that. It's like sometimes you are attracted to people and it's for a particular lesson. And it's like when you figure out that lesson and you know that lesson, you might not even know of it like that, but you'll feel it. And you'll know, okay, this is what this was for. And this can't go no further. If it does, we're all going to cave in on ourselves. But this is what this was. There was some growth here, okay. And sometimes, that's where it ends. That's on you. Figure that out. I'm just saying, these are some instances where I know it's all dependent upon you and what you want for your relationship in your life. But so no, I don't think everyone just should stay together forever because they got married. There's people, another question I got, should everyone just be married? Should everyone get married? Is it necessary? And absolutely not. I don't think so. I know good and well there are people out here who have no business getting married. I was checking to see if I was still recording. No business. Not saying they're not worthy. That idea of the monotony of marriage would suffocate them. Some people are like that. They're free spirit type people. They're here to do stuff in the world, go travel, go taste food, not saying you can't do all that stuff when you're married. But I'm saying that's not their vibe. That's not what there are people who don't want to get married who I think, in my personal opinion, would not be a good candidate for marriage. Because what is it for? It's for being with someone forever. The idea, right? So all that work you got to put, everybody ain't cut out for that. So everybody don't want that. It's not even about that. Everybody does not want that. Okay? So no, it's like me saying every woman should have a baby. I know plenty of women. And I certainly know men who don't want no kids. So no, it's all on you, on what you want to do, okay? So no, I don't think that. How do you obtain patience? Because I was telling you guys on the other video that I am not a patient person whatsoever. I still am not to this day. But I know when to be patient. I can do it. But my nature is not sit and be patient and wait. That's not my first thought. Okay, I have learned this. And guys, it's so valuable to learn this. If you're impatient, this is good. Okay? But anyway, somebody wants to know how I was able to do it since I was that type of person before. Kind of still the same person anyway. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you some big, a bunch of steps and stuff to do. What really happened is I kept hitting a brick wall. I kept going about it a certain way, and it wasn't working. And it was like, okay, I'm in this for the long haul, am I not? Okay, it's like, okay, what is required here for this change to happen in this person? The easiest way is for me to just lay off for a second and be more patient. Be a little bit softer. Try that way. And then I tried it, and it seemed to help. So that's where the patience came in from. Here's another thing that helped me with patience. During this time, I had teenage daughters. All my daughters, they're grown now. All of them are grown now. I have 3 daughters. But in their own little stages, own little teenage years, they all bucked like crazy. And I did the same thing, but they didn't have shit I did. So I was pretty much always a step ahead, right? But what I was telling you in the parenting video, I'll link that below if you missed that, is that they're all different. The personalities are different. The way they respond, the way they get upset, what triggers them, all that's different. Okay, so I had to figure that out with each kid during that time. And that is not like, the reaction that you must give sometimes is not the reaction you wanted to give. But it's the one that's going to get you closer to the answer and closer to the end of this problem, right? And so with that came patience and tolerance and just biting your lip. Even though it looked like you won in this argument, I know what you need so you can be a certain way. Then I'm going to come back on you with this. So a whole strategy to it, which I never thought I could even do. Like, I can be a little combative. I'm not combative. But it's like when the line is crossed, it's red. It really is. And that's how it is, right? But you can't do that with all these kids. You can't do that with girls. You can, but you know what I'm saying? Certain kids will respond the way you think they would, and some kids won't. They go far left. So I had to try to balance all of that, figure all of that out with each kid, and with that, I gained patience. And I took that knowledge on to hubby. And that's how that happened. So it was just a bunch of experiences that I couldn't make work. And it's like, either you can make it work or you can't. And I found out that I could make it work this way on all three of these kids. So let me just give it a go over here and work. So that's what that was, okay? I feel like I stumbled all over that part. But anyway, all right, so how do you go about presenting the idea to someone that you have to change something, that something ain't right about them? Well, first, I can tell you, this is a big thing. I'm not here to make no controversial video or nothing like that, but I'm not, like, if I'm doing this YouTube thing, I'm back on here, I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want to say. Like, I'm tired of pretending, okay? I'm going to say what I want, and it's going to fly where it ain't. I'm grown. I can handle it, okay? I ain't worried about it. Men have some crazy-ass egos, okay? And this is nothing, I'm not a man basher or anything like that. I love my men, okay? I love my husband. But when I'm telling you, the reason I'm telling you this is because I didn't understand the strength of that. I really didn't understand how powerful how significant that was to a man. You could think, okay, well, maybe they got low self-esteem, maybe this, blah, blah. Nah, boo-boo, it's all of them. All of them got this ego thing, and okay, you gotta learn to stroke it a little bit. Okay, so what I'm saying this to you for, and I know there's somebody in the back saying, but I'm not stroking, I'm not doing, it's like you have to do certain things to make things easier for you. It's not a big deal. It's not hurting you to do this. There will be things in this marriage you ain't gonna want to do, but it's like putting shit on autopilot and just doing it because this works. I'm telling you, do it. Like, go to your man and like just stroke his ego a little bit about something. I don't know, you'll figure something out. And watch him. He will freaking glow. And it's that little thing for you to do to get that type of result. Like, you can do that. You can pull that off, okay? So what I'm telling you that for is that when you are presenting something that's going to be negative, it could be really taken badly by them, like something that you feel like is hurting the relationship, and in order to fix it, it's something they got to do from within that you noticed, you're going to have to consider the ego, okay? That was a problem. I didn't do that before. I was like, you did this, or not even you did this, but you need to change this because this is this, and you got a problem, blah, 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 blah. And maybe I was right, maybe I was wrong, okay? But it's about the way I do it, okay? Consider the ego. Don't go in directly. Some things you can do that with. Some communications go just fine. But then there's some sensitive areas I know better than to try it that way. And so for those things that really mean something, keep in mind, nobody's perfect. They're going to do stuff to get on your nerves for the life of the relationship. But those deal breakers and things that really bother you, they need to be addressed. Okay, they need to be addressed. So when you have stuff like that, you gotta go in on the side. that was terrible. I'm telling you, you gotta go in on the side. You can't try not to be too direct in that area. You have to consider. You have to massage it first. Touch on it, see how it go, and then maybe go a little bit further, see how it go. That's how you have to do it, okay? And then see how you have to watch your person and see how they respond to the things you're saying. That's a tip. That's what I did. You might not like it and think you gotta, it's not you're not submitting. What difference? It's whatever. Don't you want it fixed? Like I'm saying, you're gonna learn to be humble in this marriage. You do what you need to do to get things fixed, for those of us who don't like doing that, because I'm one of them. It's like, oh my God, why can't we just talk and just do this? But it's not It's not like that. It's hard to look within yourself and then you got somebody you love telling you something wrong with you. You know, then you a man, you got your ego. You have to really consider all of that too. You know, when, especially with the patience thing. You know, consider what if that was you? How you want somebody to treat you while you trying to reorganize your whole self? I mean, it's hard to do. It's not a simple thing. It's not like, oh, just stop chewing gum this way. It's some things that you're going to find that somebody going to notice about you, you're going to have to fix, and vice versa. And so, you know, you consider all of that. But yeah, that's what I would say. Really, it's a big deal, at least in my experience. Consider that ego. Consider that that's a man you're talking to. You know that. But you know what I'm saying? I know y'all get friends and you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Okay? It is what it is. Okay? So there's that. And there was another thing. I think this was it. If it's so bad. Oh, no, there was one more thing. This young lady had made a comment saying that she didn't want to have to be changing and adjusting nothing about herself, and that, you know, I didn't say that. First of all, what I said was, you know, you make a little adjustment, like shave a couple edges off, just to make the pieces fit a little bit neater for you and for him, for the whole relationship. You're not just going to just be these absolute perfect pieces and they all fit. You're going to have to do a little bit of adjusting. That's what I was trying to explain to you. But she was just saying she want to do this, she want to look this way, and she don't have to dumb down for nobody. I get it. I don't think you should. But that's what I was trying to explain to you. But I still feel like you didn't really understand what I was saying when I was saying it's to pipe down, thinking, not every woman, but certain women, thinking men want a whole bunch of razzle-dazzle all the time. I'm telling you, they're simple creatures. You know this. They're simple creatures. They don't want that. They might like, it's like trying to offer a steak to a fish. That fish want that steak. That steak look good. It's seared up, nice medium well. You know, got sauce on the side. There's the steak. That steak don't know what the hell to do. That fish don't know what the hell to do with the steak. They don't know how to process it, how to go about it. It look nice. It wish it could, but it just can't. Men are simple. And sometimes on that first interaction when you're trying to meet somebody and stuff, once they see you one way, it's kind of hard for them to unsee it. Okay, so that's what I was trying to say with the dating and stuff like that. You know, they don't want all that. It's what I found. And like I told you, if you go look at the last video, it wasn't like I'm some saint and I dress saintly. And it's like, no, I was like that too. I was wild. You know, I wasn't like show a lot, but you know, I was super flashy. And I toned it down just a little bit, just to see, because I had gotten some advice, and it was true. It's true. Not saying I can't do that ever again, but maybe I don't do that all the time with him. He don't every time I go out, it was an event. It could be the grocery store. That's just how I am. That's just how I do. I still do that to this day. But I learned, you know, I learned when to do that and when not to do that. Really, you know, say that for your girlfriends. Or when y'all going out somewhere, you know, going out, we need to stun on somebody, you know. But not every day. I mean, you know, if it's not really, truly, that ain't really, I mean, if it's you, it's you. But I'm just saying, when you carry things like that, in my opinion, it seems like the wrong type of guys will be attracted to you that you don't want. And it seems not to last. That's been my experience, my advice, okay? It might be different for you, but for me, that's what it was, okay? So that's what I meant when I said that. So I hope you understand. And the last thing I think was, if it's so bad, if it's all of this work, who the hell would do this? Who would get married first? Who wants to do all of this? And it's up to you. You ain't got to do it. Like I said, it's up to you. You know, but for the people who do it, I believe they do it because they love that person enough to do all that stuff for. They really believe that they can spend the rest of their life with this person. And that, I mean, that's why. And so it's not like we go together. We took the extra step to get married. So if we already in it for the long haul, what's 2 years of working on something? What's 5 years of working on something? I see this forever. But within that time, you know, you give it some time. But within that, you'll see if really this can work. If this person is responsive to certain things, you'll know. Okay, give and take. Are we good on this? Ain't no cheating going on? And maybe there is some cheating. I don't know. Thank God. I don't know anything about that. I've never cheated on my husband, and I don't think he ever cheated on me. If I find out, but you know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is there's no real huge issues, you know, like hitting nobody, you know what I'm saying? As long as that's not in the cards, there's been no, you haven't had any experiences like that, you know, bad stuff. You know, and you know what the line is, or whatever the line is for you, then it's worth working on, you know, for as long as it takes. And so that's why, that's why, you know, people value a marriage. They value the idea of growing old with someone and spending and sharing your life with someone for the rest of their life, for the rest of your life. That's why. So if you ain't about that life and you just want fun all the time, this might not be, I mean, you can still get married, but it's like, if you're that type of person that likes fun all the time, you gotta go, have new experiences like that all the time, you want to find somebody, first of all, that's similar to that. But even still, it's gonna come to a little plateau type area. I feel like you might want to learn how to get that vibe outside of your marriage that doesn't involve yourself in another woman or a man. Dealing with another woman or a man. You know, you have to find out how to transport that energy or that yearning and satiate it with something else that doesn't involve infidelity. You know what I'm saying? Maybe go ride some horses that day. You know what I'm saying? Just be able to handle your energy, be able to handle yourself. A part of this too is that self-love tip. You do all of that, you already know how to handle yourself. You know, and then you come on home to wifey or come on home to daddy, right? And it's fine. And it's manageable. It's just fine. So anyway, so that was my little addendum. I think I got everything. If I didn't, let me know. I'll be more than happy to help. I don't know everything. I'm not a marriage counselor or anything like that, but I'm sticking it out. You know, and when I find things I think are valuable and helpful to people, because this, you know, everybody needs to talk about it. It's like you be sitting, going through things, not knowing other people going through the exact same thing. You know, and it's comforting to know that, oh, okay, I'm not crazy. Like, I'm not the only one doing this, you know. So anyway, I hope you appreciate the content. Questions, comments, concerns, leave them below. If this was helpful to you, please like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Again, this is not a relationship channel. I do like to give advice on things that I know and things that I think. But this is really not a relationship type channel. But I don't mind. If you have questions, let me know. And if I think it's like strong enough, video worthy, I'll make a video for it. But I do like perfume too. So I'm trying to let you know I'm going to have a perfume video coming up. Hope you look at that. Okay. Because I like doing that. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Next one. Thanks for watching. Y'all take care. Okay.